on this map as of late.
We're going to find out whether that shakiness will continue or if they can keep themselves alive in this series as we head into the pistol round of Inferno Renegades to start off on T side. No huge surprises there. Two sets of utility though for the Ts as they take control of brackets.
Got bracket, they've got ins waiting towards T stairs, seeing if he can find anyone pushing down Nana. Double nade into pit does a lot of damage to Ustillo, and Valiant's now trying to mine this jungle wrap is just going to fall off the line, and it looks like a split towards that B site. This is going to be a key fight here between Ricky and Ins there towards Bananas. Gyro's starting to get overwhelmed, drops that smoke and gets taken out.
I was going to say, Gyro wants to make sure he doesn't get picked off here. Now it's all onto Ricky, but maybe Ricky is all that you need. Ins, however, doing a pretty good job of getting that tag onto Valiant. Taps him down to 1 shot's worth of HP. Ustillo's also low here. And it's a game of timing now because Renegades are going to be looking for those mid-round calls that we like to associate with them as they head back to A.
Ustillo was spotted there by Dexter. In's trying to deal with him in second mid, and Dexter now trying to take control of this A bomb site as he joined up by Malta with the bomb. All these order players falling in middle, and now they're just trying to retake. Inz is just cleaning them all up.
Man, that was such a huge crossfire setup for Renegades. We'll talk about that a little bit after this round does end up panning out. Alistair still in with a chance. He had a good pistol round on the CT side of Train, and we know that he does tend to fancy a couple of headshots with that USP. HE goes through, but does not quite connect onto Alistair as he'll creep his way forward, and this is pretty much an unwinnable situation. But yeah, what I really liked about that Dexter and Ins play was Dexter was just waiting. He was just waiting by boiler, waiting until Ins rotates in through the T-apps, gets into position, and they double peek it together.
They just outread them and outplayed them again for what feels like the millionth time in this series, at least on the T side. Not surprising to see Renegades starting to trend towards Inferno even in this series as well as the pause does come out. I just want to touch on that a little bit because you're looking at a team like Renegades. I mean, Order historically used to love some Inferno, but that's when they had, you know, Hats or Ins on their roster. Now have moved over to the Renegades side. Now they're starting to trend towards a Inferno team. You even saw in February when they went overseas, Renegades, they played it against Fnatic and FaZe, and they played it pretty close on it. They went down to FaZe, I think, 16-12, and I think Fnatic might have been like a 16-14 game. So even overseas, this has been a pretty decent map for Renegades. It's been a map that they've started to really pick up and adopt, whereas Greyhound, it was kind of in the middle of the pool from them. Now they're starting to get a lot more comfortable on it with some new additions from players who are quite comfortable playing the map.
Ricky feeling probably a bit hard done by losing that round after starting it off so nicely with those couple of kills over toward B. It is an investment here for Order. Of course, the same for Renegades, and see how this does pan out. Lots of utility for Order, so something for them to play within this round. That 2-3 split, fairly standard as well on the CT side.
Renegades just running a pretty stock standard anti-eco, taking control of Banana, making sure no one's pushing down second mid, and if they do so, they'll be punished. Now that they've taken top of Banana, they're just posting up Ins to lurk over to that side, punish anybody who's getting a little bit aggressive, and now Renegades turns their attention towards bracket.
And much like what we saw in the pistol round, they're able to take control of that area of the map quite easily. Alistair will let them know that he knows by firing a few shots through that smoke, but nothing too substantial there. Just a little tag onto Dexter. A re-smoke for jungle side. That's going to keep Renegades at bay for the moment, but they still have plenty of time to play with here. In's continuing to fake over towards B as well. Does keep those players locked on the B bomb site.
So they've denied all of the information here for Order. They're going to have no idea what's going on, and Renegades now is just going to start to regroup and head back towards B. Smoke on towards Wrap side, as Order should be well aware that no one's committing over there. Looks like a push into B. It's all going to be on Gyro and Ricky to hold this one down.
Ins and Hats on the entry here for Renegades. Ricky gets one. Gyro's actually grabbed two. 5-7 going to town right now before being traded down by Malta, but they still have one more CT to find. A perfect flash comes through from Ustillo, which makes Ricky's job easy, and Renegades have just capitulated, really, on the B bomb side entry.
Yeah, look, the early to mid round was fantastic from them. They were doing all the right things. They were taking control of the map. They were applying pressure. They were making sure that no one from Order was gathering too much information. But towards that late part of the round, Order were just very greedy with holding on to their utility, and they still had that smoke down with, 10, 15 seconds to go. And that's always a big danger point for the T side, committing through that smoke on that big choke point into some pistols at close range, into that MP9, and Order have just punished them for that.
Have indeed. As we head into another round, this time Renegade's not going to put much in, no real investment from them.
And Ricky looks like he's starting to get warmed up. He's starting to look confident. Good work in that pistol. He's getting aggressive over towards Banana here, being set up by some utility from Gyra. This is exactly what we want to be seeing from Order.
He spots a couple out, does finish off Inns and Malta, but Renegades are going to pump that accelerator right into the B bomb site. Do they beat the CTs?
They do.
Only just, but they don't beat the utility.
Yeah, there was no smoke on the cross for the CT side there, so unfortunately they will just pick them from that CT spawn area as they try to cross to the site.
It's pretty rough here. Renegade's actually going to have to kind of go for that double eco in a way because, yeah, this is a force, it's a pistol buy, but they don't have enough money to get the full guns out.
Yep.
So not a fun start here for Renegades, even despite picking up the pistol. Credit to Order where it's due.
Yeah, I mean, you lose that second round, you're always going to be in a really rough position economically, so they're definitely going to have to spend some time recovering from that. Let's see if they can keep their opponent down in the economic doldrums with them by getting a couple kills with these MP9s, with the Tech 9s, sorry.
A little bit of an aggressive peek there from Order. It's been punished. Hats and Malta are a little too good with the Tech 9s. And again, they go ahead and pump the accelerator, this time into the A bomb site. And Alistair's seen a few of them, but he now has also been spotted. So Malta holding off for the moment. Does get flashed on in. He's going to spot Ustillo. Gets killed by Dexter. And it's Inns that got the finishing blow onto Ustillo there in the end.
Yeah, Dexter's killed Malta. A little bit of in-team bullying as Order try to retake through Moto side.
Kind of forgive him for that because I've seen a few of the Greyhound videos. Dexter getting shoved in a cupboard here or there, and Malta being a big proponent of that. So it's always good to fight back a little bit.
Yep. Well, that was a pretty cute anti-eco from Order. The smoke down on towards T stairs and the double nade. They were pushing down middle against pistols. Yeah, it was definitely an interesting approach that they went for in that anti-eco, and they almost ended up losing as a result of trying that. Would have been an interesting round, sort of strat to go for in a gun round. Against the pistols, they definitely took quite a bit of damage trying to go for that one, but they do end up closing out the round in that 2-on-2, sustaining quite a bit of economic damage, losing 3 of their guns.
This is where push comes to shove, though, because Renegades have the weapons in their hands.
Double orb, first gun round on the CT side. Ricky and Alistair. If there was a map where you wouldn't go for it, it would probably be first gun round on Inferno. So that just shows you how much they favour that double AWP.
Yeah, I mean, you can understand why. Particularly if Alistair and Ricky are in good form this time. Malta just walks up and gets Alistair in the head before Alistair can really even think about what's going on.
He's looking sharp today.
Exactly, that good form continuing through from Train. Now, Renegades will look to take some control of Banana.
Could end up biting Order at the end of the day. They're down a man in this round. They lost quite a few guns in the last, and they purchased double orbs. Should they lose this round, it might have a bit of a toll on their economy in the short term. They might have to take a singular eco unless they want to force things. Looks like Renegade's going to be coming into bracket here.
Good job done by Valiant. In fact, he's gotten all 4. How has he managed that with an M4A1S?
25 bullets, baby.
Yeah, that's the buff. And Inns now in a sticky situation, 1-on-2.
They come up bracket. May as well feed Valiant the ace. Why not? Give it to him. He deserves it.
I'm sure that Inns has a different plan. You'll see that smoke go down. Thinks, what are the implications of this smoke? Someone probably on the site. It was an underhand smoke, so he's going to check. But how far does he check? Does he see Valiant?
6 seconds. Nice little off angle on the box. He is going to fake it, and he doesn't give Valiance the ace, but you may as well. The man's 4K'd Renegades coming up bracket in a man disadvantage situation and ensure that Inns doesn't get the bomb down. What a performance.
And Malta, that was his opening frag onto Alistair. This is Valiance, who did a really nice job. A 3-man spray down there after the initial swap across from the right side. Transfer. That's order 4-1. This is not at all going to plan for Renegades. But they're not in a particularly awful position just yet. Oh, that's really big, and it almost gets the value there of getting the kill onto Valiance and Ustillo, but even still, so much damage.
Yeah, and the Tech-9s looking like they're rearing to come into this A-bomb site, and you got a couple of CTs within an inch of their life. Ooh. Alistair, this is ballsy, up aggressive, in towards Dig, he's punished for it. Yeah,
and so too is Ustillo. Alistair wasn't even low on HP, but it was a headshot from Dexter, and it's just falling apart a little bit right now for Order. They started so well, but an AWP in the hands of Dexter ends with an AK. I mean, Dexter isn't necessarily known for his AWPing, but at some times in his career he was actually a primary AWPer. So he's definitely not too shabby at it. Gyra here on the bomb site has to get probably 3, and he will just do that. There goes a few of the Renegades players before Gyra gets traded on down. At least it makes it doable for Ricky here.
Yeah, but if you're going to back any team in this region to close out a 2-1-1, it's going to be Renegades, Inns and Malta. Plenty of chemistry between these two lads. Should not be a problem at all. Ricky clearing out apartments. Does look like he is going to go for this one. Graveyard and site set up. Could catch Malta peeking out from Graveyard here and misses his opportunity.
HENet will go through, probably unlikely to do 50 damage to Malta. Although he didn't have head armor, doesn't connect either way, so Ricky's going to elect to save the AWP. Money's looking a little bit rough here for Order, and that is not the round that they wanted to lose. Certainly not in the fashion that they lost it.
And I don't know if that was just a, good set of circumstances going the way of Renegades, or if that was a bit of an anti-strat on Inferno here. They picked this map. They've had plenty of opportunities to watch Order on it. We know that they've been quite active in this region. And you just saw the nades and the Molotovs in towards Boiler doing so much damage to Order.
Make a note of that round, because I'm sure we'll get an interview with Renegades after this, and we can ask whoever it is. I think it'll be Dexter who will be the interviewee. Dexter always down for a chat with the boys. So it's just the singular AWP here for Order. One that Ricky saved through. Just a bunch of pistols behind it as well. So I don't see a whole lot here for Order, but they've already made one of these kinds of buys work. That was on Train, and with Ustillo hiding in that smoke, he gets behind Dexter. Not going to matter though, because Sicko is holding on with the P250 and delivers a clean bullet right to the head, saving his buddy's life.
That's frustrating for Ustillo. That could have been it right there. He connects a couple of shots at close range with the P250. That could have been the round. Couple dinks onto Inns. Valiant's up nice and close. Doesn't manage to clean up Inns. Nice little pre-fire. Great crosshair placement, which is exactly what we expect from Inns. Ricky left all alone for the second time in 2 rounds. Isn't able to connect a shot onto Malta, who's basically, when you're practicing your hunting and you're shooting plates into the sky?
Yeah.
That's basically what Malta was.
Skeet shooting, is it called?
Yeah. He's trying to make himself a plate and give Ricky as many chances as he can to hit him, and he does manage to pluck him out of the air there, but Sicko been pretty good this series and takes out Ricky. Order, very weird state of the economy there, and they are just going to take a singular save, buy up some deagles, purchase some grenades, and try to even up their cash heading forward on the CP side here.
They kind of have to. It's unfortunate though, because just when Order looks like they're going to start running away with the half a little bit, Renegades pulls them back again, keeps them honest. Untimely for Order, and similar situations arose on Train as well. You see those moments, you see those flashes for Order, but they're just not consistent enough today against Renegades to really put that pressure on when it's going to make the difference.
We've seen some fantastic work from Gyra with the 5-7 on this B side of the map. Even from that position,
Wow.
but not this time. Inz has been fantastic at cleaning out Banana and holding control of it. And he learned to do that very well in the team that he's playing against right now. So did Hats as well. Funny how this has kind of worked out. Order's trained Inz and Hats to be so proficient at clearing out Banana, and now they're doing it against their old team. Well, not many of the players left from that
The
team.
Org, at least.
But the old Org.
And of course, Sicko used to play for Order as well. Big nade stack right on top of Ricky. Puts him down to 46 HP. Deagle in hand. Not sure we're going to be getting any happy memories. Yeah, Pilly on the B-bomb site.
Well, Order's trading back 4-4 at the moment, and they will now just start to take back control of their economy in this next round. Oh, a smoke down with 30 seconds to go. This is what caught Renegades in that second round last time.
Are they going to fall for it again?
No, I think they've got too much control of bracket to really have to force the issue into that B site, and wisely, they will fall back towards this A side of the map. It will only be Alistair here with the Deagle.
Gonna have to stand tall. First shot goes the way of Hatz's head, but is quickly traded down by Dexter. And that's, again, just Malta sort of doing his thing, right? He's walking out on brackets. He's getting the info there. He's saying, hey, guys, I'm not really seeing much. And then, obviously, the call's being made mid-round to rotate back to the A-bomb site.
That's the strength of Renegades, you know. They have great in-game leadership, but it's really the individuals who are so proficient at providing information and making the right reads that makes it a hell of a lot easier to in-game lead a team if you have those kind of guys. And I think you could see the example of that with Urcast in Tiger at the moment, where it's a little bit easier if you're on Greyhound and you have all these guys feeding you information and knowing what to do, and then you go to a team like Tiger and you might find it a little bit more difficult when you don't have as experienced or proficient teammates. But that'll be a discussion for a later date, I think. Let's see how Order goes once again with these double orbs. Need to start to turn things around here. Renegades got a lot of money to fall back on, forcing their way up bracket very quickly.
They do not care at all what Order has got in their back pocket. They run through the fire. So they've gotten some control of bracket, still looking to clear out carpets. I think Hats would have heard Ustillo dropping down there into pit.
Smoke onto top mid from pit, and it will be a retake onto bracket from Order, but Renegades might just bust out carpets here.
Oh.
Ustillo's double sprayed them down. Well done from the man, starting to step up here from Order right when he's needed.
Indeed, and so what's the plan B for Renegades? Because plan A certainly has not worked out. They didn't really fully take control of brackets, and Alistair now punishes Dexter trying to sneak through a smoke. Ricky, the second AWP over towards Banana, has gotten the job done.
Excellent.
And done indeed. Inz falls as well. That's 5-4. Renegades lose the round and Order keep 5 guns alive.
Yep, starting to power up a little bit, but Renegades, plenty of money in the back pocket. Going to be continuing to buy here. This was the danger territory here for Order in this round. Had Malta and Hats come out carpet there and picked Ustillo, that round might have crumbled right then and there.
Would have been a different story, that is for sure. But Order have given themselves another shot at building a really strong CT half here. Renegades quickly up Banana is Inz. Ricky does just get out in time there as well. Good HE damage from that T side. They've been very, very solid with the utility today, the Renegades.
Oh, Alistair too aware. Inz trying to jump up onto Sandbag and one way over that Fnatic smoke.
Does seem like the orbs are starting to get rolling a little bit for Order right now. And we've sort of already talked about the fact that the double orb setup for Order is really, really strong. They've tried to make it work a few times in this half. And this is now where it's really starting to become a bit oppressive for Renegades.
Yeah, and I don't think it's necessarily something that Renegades is going to be too, familiar with playing against, really. Because double orb is really not very common or popular on Inferno, so it's definitely going to take a little bit of adaptation for Renegades to get back on top of this one. Are forcing their way into bracket now.
Dexter going to throw the flash in there for Malta, who swings around, and he will have spotted Ricky in the arch.
He might be making the perfect read once again. He's slipping into Speedway. The rest of Renegades are grouped up in towards Banana, just biding their time.
Yeah, Ricky's got absolutely no idea. This should be a free one for Malta. Maybe even a knife to the back. Let's see if he can find some more information. Doesn't see much.
They're just going to double back towards 8. 20 seconds left on the clock.
Don't pull your
Malta,
knife out, son.
he wants to get 2 here. That's what he's going for. He does execute Ricky in the back of the head. Both of these 2 players trying to hide on the site, but he is cleaned up.
Gone pretty early there, to be honest. Renegades, the rest of them are still going to filter in through dig, but there's 2 players still on the bomb site. It's salvageable for order. Yustilo's gotten 3.
Easy 3K for the man, and I would have to agree with you. I think he could have waited a little bit longer there, Malta. He did try to basically 1v3 that A bomb site before Renegades was really in position to capitalize.
I mean, even if he gets the kill there onto Ricky and just stays in Library, they're going to start turning around, looking at Library.
They didn't even have to go to A there. He could have just walked back behind B.
Yeah.
I'd say that was a higher percentage. Pretty hard to break that 8-site hold.
Immediately a tactical timeout as well, so maybe a bit of a discussion happening here within the Renegades camp. Not necessarily just about that round, but okay, guys, we need to kind of calm down a little bit here. Yes, we've lost a few rounds in a row. Yes, Order are starting to build this CT side, but we are Renegades. We are the best team in ANZ. And this is not a terrible situation just yet. Let's ensure that it doesn't get to that point.
This is where you want to see Mytha coming in and being like, look, they're double AWPing. This is probably going to be their main go-to. They've tried it twice. It's not worked out, and then they've gone back straight for it. So this is really their game plan here. So what's the answer here for Renegades? I'm not sure they're necessarily going to buy in this next round.
Well, they were just going for some Tech-9s I saw before we went into that replay. And yeah, Tech-9's armor, the pistols getting pulled out here just a little bit.
And this kind of a buy can be quite dangerous against a double AWP.
As we've already seen.
Yeah. So they are actually very fast in towards second mid. Alistair's going to fall back into the main man on the A site until Ustilo joins him. And look at this rotation back from Order. It started out with 3 towards Banana. They've left Ricky there, and they are just going to stack up towards jungle side now.
A lot of presence on A.
That's a lot of movement. They're doubled up in Cubby. They're just playing retake towards pit side.
Not sure that Renegades are going to be expecting this.
No, I don't think anybody would be expecting this.
But they do get 3 around the corner. Ustilo, oh, he's just an absolute rock right now on the A bomb site. Every single time a Renegades player shows their head, it is cleaned up easily by Ustilo. And that is 7-4. That's, I think, the second 3K spray down he's had, and the third 2+ K spray down that he's had on this map so far.
I think it's just a little bit more comfortable for him on Inferno here. Relatable.
Not relatable for me.
No, never really active player.
I did play a pug once with Dexter though.
How'd that go for you?
He yelled at me because I bought a FAMAS in round 2 and then I upgraded it to an M4 in round 3. Because I didn't want the FAMAS anymore. That was a long time ago though. And it wasn't so much a yell as, why did you do that?
I don't think Dexter's really a yelling kind of guy. Seems pretty cool, calm and collected.
I told him if he wanted the FAMAS, he could have it. He said, I've already got a gun. Sorry.
Wow. This sounds like a party joke that kind of just really comes to no real chuckles.
Well, there was no conclusion.
Anyway, Ricky's soloing this B bomb site, and again, it's the 3-man setup in towards jungle side from Order. Doubled up in Cubby with the rifles. What is this? What is this? What is this setup? I guess the whole thing is Ricky's pretty good on the B side of the map, and Ustilo's pretty good in towards pit. So the only place you're really worried about holding anymore is jungle? Is that the reasoning? Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, Renegades, they are going to just head straight into this B bomb site, smoke onto Arch side.
He's going to get his smoke down in the CT spawn area, but Renegades do not care about that at all. They go straight through it. Good shot from Inns, who does survive. He sees Hats fall, but he's still hanging around, still causing a problem. That's Alistair now as well that tries to challenge him and is not able to come off best. That should be going down here for Renegades and will be, but they don't yet deal with Ricky. I spoke too soon. Inns has got 3 in the round.
Look at Malta coming around behind him.
And this should be unlosable for Renegades. Malta does a good job of dispatching of Ustilo. And now Jaira, he just knows he's cooked. He's got nowhere that he can look. And Sicko bangs his head off in the side. 5 up for Renegades. A much better round for them there. And that is maybe a bit of a confidence settler.
It's all hinged on Valiance there. He needed to be able to punish at least one player slipping through that CT spawn smoke that was a little bit on the deeper side and wasn't able to do it. Does go down 0 for 1 and puts a little bit too much pressure on Ricky, and Inns just continues to dodge around that tree area, take multiple different duels that he's able to win and create so much havoc that it sets up the rest of the round and creates enough space for Renegades to just be able to do exactly what they want. They establish control of that site. Malta flanks, now Order, they're going to switch things up, push down middle. It's going quite well for them.
Yeah, Valiance stepping up in this round. Sicko's been smoked off as well, but perhaps it will be Dexter that's the problem he's also dealt with.
There you go, Valiance making up for a bit of a sloppy gunfight in the last round, pushing down middle, cleans up a player towards second mid, or actually 2 players towards second mid, and puts Order into a man advantage situation. But at this point, there has been a fair bit of utility expended towards B. Neither of those players have any left to play with. And Renegades, they're not interested in the B site, going to start creeping up towards brackets.
Yeah, it's still going to be a 3-on-2 on the A bomb site, although with that said, I'm sure Ustilo kind of accounts for 2 or 3 players on the CT side. So it might not be so easy here for Renegades. Valiance has already hit a couple of clean shots here and sees those guys walking through the smoke. They've done a magic trick, they've disappeared.
He's well aware of it. He sees the wrap in towards CT spawn, doesn't want to give Sicko too much to work with, and down he goes. 2 players left towards the B site here for Order.
It's a tough challenge though for Renegades because Ricky long range, but I lied, I might have cursed him. Inns has just banged 2 heads off.
18 for 7. He's literally not missing a shot here on Inferno.
He can't put a foot wrong, can he? You look at that and you think, okay, the guy with your back of sight, 9 times out of 10 wins that aim duel. But like, Inns just, yeah, does those things.
Too good. He's a bit of a wizard, Mr. Potter.
Maybe he's the real Harry Potter.
There you go, he's even locking onto Hatz's head. That's how sharp he's feeling at the moment.
Is that his Mountain Dew amp game fuel before the game?
Yep.
Powered up. It even says on the can, accuracy. And that is how I would describe Inns at the moment. I did my research.
Alertness. Vitamins A and B, which is where it turns out Inns is killing everybody.
Yeah.
A's bomb site, B bomb site. There you go.
Love to see those shot from Inns' perspective, and we will get it. Nice. Bang, bang.
Oh, it's just full white from the flash from Sicko. Easy as you like. 1B's at long range. Still a buy here for Order. Again, it's a push down middle from Alistair, but Sicko's more than ready for it.
I'm sensing a bit of a momentum shift here. The tables have turned. We're sitting at the Renegades side at this point.
Haven't really put any pressure on Ustilo anymore either. You're starting to see them exploit different areas of the map. Really going towards jungle side and wrapping towards B quite often. See, still Ustilo, even with a FAMAS, is clearing people up towards this dig and carpet side, but Renegades, I don't think they really want to be heading in that direction. I mean, this time around, they are going to go towards bracket, towards carpet.
Dexter might just hold on for the moment and wait and see what happens with the rest of his team. Can be that pesky, annoying player coming out late from carpets. Has been spotted now, though.
I mean, Ustilo's been brilliant so far, but if him and Jara can hold down this A site with a FAMAS and a 5-7, that's going to be quite impressive indeed.
Through the smoke they go. Jira doesn't quite calibrate quickly enough onto the head, and so he'll fall. It's all onto Ustilo here. 35 seconds to hold the A site.
Completely surrounded. 1 player towards jungle side, 1 in carp, 1 in dig. 25 seconds, they're starting to close in. Valiant still not sure that it's a hit towards A, but now the utility starts to rein in.
What can Ustilo do? Can he be the Superman once again for Order?
They're looking
Lots of
for him.
boys. They've found Valiance, and they've also found Ustilo. So that is going to be the round over. And that is going to be a nice one for Renegades to pick up as well to break the economy of Order heading into the final round of the half.
Yep, it's looking like an 8-7. Ricky going to get himself 600 bucks there though. Peeks into the AWP line of Sicko. Not something that worked too well for his teammate at the start of the round, and Sicko opening it up and shutting it down. So now Order 2.7 plus in the bank on most of their players. Not really conducive amount of money to be able to get a good buy. So they're really going to have to try to make it work with some SMGs, some pistols and armor. See how it goes for it.
7-4 at 1 point for Order. Looks like it'll turn into 8-7 the way of Renegades. I don't know that Order have gotten enough done here given that start. Sicko, he's just making it look too easy, trying to get these entries.
Now you see Order, after losing that B player towards solo side of the map, are trying to force the issue down middle, and looks like Renegades is cleaning it up.
I have to say, it does seem that way to me as well. Dexter, a nice couple of easy frags. Jira will creep his way through. And actually could pop up behind a couple, but there's a smoke right in his face. So, look, he might get ins here, but I guess I speak too soon. Ins, as we've already mentioned, cannot put a foot wrong. That is the first half again, going 8-7 the way of Renegades. And we'll see if the second half pans out similarly to Train right after this.
Into my past and I count the numbers of dreams that I left behind. I don't even care now that I've discovered a new kind of peace of mind. Up above us, looking down on us, there's an angel I know. We don't need to worry or discuss much. It's time for me to hit the road. Take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night, sleep through the sunrise. Stay up all night, and I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night, sleep through the sunrise.
Left in my head, my mind's not mine and it won't forget. But you bring me back from my darkness black, 'cause the soul in me and the heart I have for you, it bleeds for you, it beats again. Oh, you bring me to life. Oh, you bring.
Another 8-7 favouring Renegades after the first half. This time it is Inns who is putting in the hard yards for his roster. Had a bit of a rougher game on the CT side of Train, but that seems to have freed him up a little bit to perform well on Inferno. 20-8 at the moment, and Renegades, look, it wasn't the easiest of first halves for them, was it?
No, but Inns really stepped up. A 20 bomb for him in that first half, 130 ATR, just put on an absolute clinic up towards Banana. Really not really putting a foot out of line in any of those situations. And as for Order, they were up 7-4, but they really let it kind of slip towards the later parts of that half. And I think we're starting to see continuing inconsistencies from some of these individual players, even though you still are. I mean, last map, he really didn't get a whole lot done, but this map, he's been solid as a rock in that pit position. But it's where, you know, you look at some of the other players in their positions, you know, some rounds they'll have a good performance, they'll get that 1-for-1, or sometimes Renegades will be able to exploit them and be able to 1-for-0 them and pretty consistently close out rounds by exploiting gaps in the defense for Order.
Yeah, it is going to be a bit of a challenge for Order heading into the second half here. The odds have actually swung back a tiny bit. They were above 10 at one point for Order, which is, you know, pretty impressive to sort of be able to pull it back at least. But I'm not so sure that it's going to work out for them here. 8-7, Renegades moving on to CT side. They had a pretty decent CT side on Train, probably not what it was intended to be. But here on Inferno, I'm sure they're going to be looking to close things out 2-0. We'll head into pistol round in just a second. And for Order, they don't really have that fallback plan of going onto the double AWP here because they're on T side. Even though it worked a little bit on CT, not really an option anymore.
Neck and neck half once again. Last map, Renegades were able to start to take control of the game and close it out after a very, very close first half. Let's see if that's going to be the trend once again, and we're going to end up for a 2-0. I mean, that will be the first 2-0 for a while between Renegades and another top team. Usually they're at least able to take one close map.
Well, that's still very really a possibility. It's pretty close at the moment. If Order start off nicely with the pistol round here, who knows what could happen. As two CTs over towards the B site, Order look like they're setting themselves up. They've got a molly there on Valiance, who also is going to be throwing the CT smoke.
Deep CT, it looks like.
And Jara's going to chuck one on in there as well, just for the front of
sight.
sight.
Yep, front of sight and CT, flash over the top, Molotov onto coils. Looks like Renegade's just going to give it up, look for picks.
That's fair enough. Inns will see if he can find someone on the cross. Has seen Alistair a couple of times. Wow, that's a nice shot. And there goes Inns. So his second half doesn't start off as nicely as his first half did, but Malta is still hanging around and he's ready and waiting. He's the player with the utility though, and if he goes down, then that really seals the deal, I think, for Order. However, Hat's at least able to trade things back, and he gets a second as well. Perhaps too much given over here by Order. Let's see if Renegades can use this to their advantage. 3-on-3, they need to deal with Ricky, but Jyra helps him out, and Valiance is there as well, and Banana to keep life easy for the Order roster. Dexter falls, and that is 8 apiece as Order wins the pistol round.
It's the Ali and the Valley combo on that T-pistol. Nice picks from those lads to be able to get Order that pistol round. And nice little strat from them with those two smokes close to be able to put them in position. Molly onto the coils. That got them the site pretty much for free. And they played that 5-on-5 very nicely from there to be able to close things out. Nice little triangle set up between Barbecue and 2 towards Banana to be able to win the round quite nicely there without necessarily having anyone in the back of sight.
Definitely. Renegades will put a bit of money into this round, though, so they're not prepared to give up control just yet. Keep Order pretty honest. 5-7, the Banana 5-7. I'm a big fan of that one.
Towards jungle, though, not Banana. What do you think about that?
It isn't about the size of the banana pilly, it's about how you use it.
Okay. Very interesting. I'm more of a, you know, adapt the use based on the coloration. If you have a bit of a darker banana, maybe you'll put it in a cake.
Yeah, or a smoothie. Extra flavour. Here goes Sicko, though, out from Library, and that's not normally where you see bananas, but this time it works out. Valiance does drop to a headshot. Already some big rotations coming across from Renegades. They've got 4 toward this site.
Yeah, only 2 on the actual site, though, and that's where Order are going to be forcing things through. Deacon Carpets.
Dexter and Hat's a pretty scary duo in their own right, though, so let's not count them out of this one just yet. Order giving away their intentions a little bit with that one, and you see the float start to come across now.
Surely they can't go back towards B with this little time left. It looks like that's what they're going to do. Malta's there with a couple of flashbangs, going to be joined by Inns. No utility to be able to flush Malta out of any position. He's chosen to stay towards Coil.
Good first flash.
Inns is going to get up close as well, but Alistair punishes the push from Hats. That might keep Renegades guessing.
Does indeed, because they all turn around, go back toward the A bomb site. Still, you've got a couple on B to deal with, and Inns and Malta, they're finding the kills. In so close, surely gets it onto Ricky as well, and you could just see it coming.
Alistair's cleaned out the A bomb site, but he doesn't have a bomb to be able to put down, and that's going to be it for Order. Some indecision there. They tried to force things towards jungle side. They got shut down. They second-guessed themselves. They could have definitely tried to clear out that A bomb site, but no one took initiative, and instead they second-guessed themselves. So they go back towards B, and there's enough time for Malta to get towards New Box and Inns to get towards first Oranges. And when you have no utility, when you're running out of time, you really do not have the ability to be able to clean out these annoying positions.
Rough round to lose, but it's not over yet for Order. Tactical pause has been called. It looks like their money's a bit cooked. Alistair was able to save the MP5 through, and there will be a buy behind it.
That's a bit of a mentality breaking round, though, if you're Order. That's
yeah.
a bit of a tilt-up.
We're going to see that kind of backwards and forwards for the start of this half, though, where one team wins the pistol, subsequent wins the 4-spy, then the next 4-spy goes one way. So we're going to just see that until, I guess in this instance now, we're looking for Renegades to win a couple in a row to fully reset that Order economy. But if Order wins here, you know, half a mind to see Renegades reinvest again in the following round. That's the ever-present dance at the start of a half with the economy.
Yep. So Renegades do force up there, and it looks like they're probably going to be pulling ahead. Order don't want to give them too much room to work with, though. They have invested back into this round. So we'll see if that is going to put them in a position where they can try to come back into this game after losing a round that they really shouldn't have. Pretty standard start so far. Bit of a weird smoke down towards the halfway point of Nana and Logs there. Order's going to take their time and respect that one. Renegades falling back into a very passive setup on both the A and the B bomb site. Pretty safe stuff. Alistair's really the main man trying to make a play here for Order. Thinking about sneaking through this jungle side smoke against a rifle definitely wouldn't be. How the hell has he got a one-way angle in a position like that?
I don't know, but he's done it. And Inns has also copped a fair chunk of damage as well. So Order are on the right track in this 4-spy.
Oh my god, a lot of pressure and damage. And Ricky, as soon as he gets that pick, he's like a greyhound straight into the B bomb site.
The wrong team. He's on Order. Inns on 17 HP though. Not a fun situation for him to be in. Hats also goes down. What on earth is going on?
It's falling apart. He's continuing to apply pressure from Boiler. Wants to finish off Sicko, and the wide peak with the MP9 will do it.
What?
All on Inns now in CT. Spawn does kill Ricky, but I don't think he's going to be able to do much more here.
Gonna have to ace to win the round with 17 HP. You're right, probably unlikely that he'll get much done here. Saving the AK is a premium because this is now the situation that I was just alluding to before the start of the round.
This happens all the time between these two teams.
Win pistol.
It's a clown fiesta.
Lose anti-eco.
Yep. Now
Win
Renegades
4-spy.
Now Renegades force. Inns drops a rifle, then they win.
Yep.
Then...
And then Order has to force again. 4K for Inns, so he can drop an M4.
Nice stuff from Ustillo, who was over towards that carpet side, but really it's, I believe it was Ricky and one of the other players towards B that puts Order in that position to win the round.
Yeah.
Very cheeky stuff from them. And here we go. The Clown Fiesta begins. Ids has been given an AK. Malta's got full util in an M4, and the other blokes, well, pistols and armor with a few pieces of utility. You can't count them out.
Yeah, 5.7s, I'm a fan. We have both of the rifles over towards B and an aggressive hold in apartments on A. Not a bad shout for Renegades. Close range angle with the P250. Hats does a bit of damage. Sicko knows he's in trouble, tries to back away and can't get out of there. Dexter's the only one that gets a prize. But the good thing about this setup for Renegades is, yeah, they're going to lose the round now. But at least they take the 2 AKs through. Or the 2 rifles through.
Well, not much success in towards carpets there, as you said. And they will just save over these 2 rifles. Nice work from Order. Can be pretty easy to just rest on your laurels and run a bit of a default against a 4-spy setup, which would probably leave Ustillo solo on that right-hand side of carpet, which is probably what Renegades are looking to abuse. They want a position where Ustillo's solo on the right side carpet and where Valiance is trying to jump up into window where they can isolate 1v1s, but instead Order goes heavy right side second mid and gets the trades. Dante's Inferno playing on the radio.
Good one.
In's just having a little bit of a listen.
Should not see a buy here for Renegades. Time to get that money sorted out on the CT side. Don't let it get too out of control. But with a couple of AKs, or an AK and an M4, a couple of rifles, they can probably still get some work done. Now, I wonder, does this change the idea now that they don't really have the pistols to buy with their rifles? And it won't. Both of the rifles are still headed towards the B bomb site. So now what does Order do? Do they say, okay, well, we didn't see any rifles on the A bomb site in the last round. There's a chance they're back both on the B bomb site again. Do we just hit A?
I don't think you're thinking about it too much. Again, it's just a 4-1 sort of tactic here from Order. Oh my god, they're just going to try and force it into the B site.
It's Ins that has got a USP in hand, so he's able to go ahead and grab 1 kill with that. Dexter could be very cheeky, deny the bomb plan here, but he doesn't turn around the corner quite in time. Did some good damage, though, to Ricky.
Had the opportunity to be able to deny that one, but instead it's all onto Malta and Hats. Bomb is down. 2 of these T's very, very low, but Renegades, they're not going to try it. There's no kit.
I almost wanted to see it.
Yeah, I think if Dexter had known how low that bomb planter was, he might have committed. But end of the day, he would have been traded pretty quickly back if he doesn't land a couple of quick headshots on that player if he's full HP.
So Hats might go look for the rifle now in second mid.
If he's going to be able to go and find it.
Can.
Malta's trying to lock it down at the moment. There you go, nicely done. You're looking at 1800 on Hats. He would have had 4.2. So if he doesn't get this rifle, he would not have nearly as much utility as he's about to purchase here. Definitely makes a difference to be able to recover that one.
Yep.
Okay. Order, after a bit of a lackluster anti-force, have really turned things around and are starting to regain some confidence and momentum. Plenty of money in the bank on the T side of Inferno here. Can they convert this map into a win? Because now Renegades, they're going to start to buy. No AWP for Sicko. Pretty good utility across everybody, and it looks like a very quick set play here for Order, forcing their way through bracket.
Yes, indeed. Gyra, though, looking in all sorts of trouble there, as Sicko will bang his head off. Hats is also creeping a little bit in carpet.
Order, they've already invested a lot into committing to this A set play, and now they've cancelled it. So a lot of utility wasted, and they've lost a player. Doesn't look like it's going very well for them. They're going to slow things down in a mid-round. Still 1 minute and 20 on the clock. Looking like they're probably just going to go for a carpets explode. Alistair with the flashes ready to throw them over chimney from middle.
Hats doesn't really have anyone to help him out here. No flash is going to come from the CT side. He's going to have to do it himself. Doesn't quite get overwhelmed, and he's done really well there. Almost finishes off Alistair as well. That'll go the way of Sicko.
Dexter just going to bide his time in towards Moto as Sicko moves up dig.
Smoke's going to go down, but not before Sicko does spot out Ustillo. Still, that fight does go the way of the T. And that leaves Dexter a little bit high and dry here on his own as the only player that can actually take a bit of a peek into the bomb site.
But still, the pressure from Carp and dig side as Malta flanks in. You do have Ins up dig there as well, and Renegades setting up a bit of a net around this A-bomb site.
He cops a couple of shots on the way in. Malta gets the info there and, well, does the job himself. It is the 10th round for Renegades.
Another very patient retake from them, as we saw a lot of times towards inner on train. They don't rush things. They're well aware they're in an advantageous situation. They know where the T's are. They just take their time and make all the right moves to be able to close out the round consistently. Do see a lot of teams with a little bit less experience than these Renegades lads domestically really try to rush retakes a lot of the time. Overcommit. And I'm sure we'll see a lot of that in Asia when we get into those games.
Yeah, some of those are going to be pretty messy indeed. Obviously, playing online within Asia, there's always going to be ping discussions as well, and a lot of new teams, a lot of new players coming in from what we saw last year. So there's definitely some scintillating storylines when we do get to Asia. That'll be up after this game, starting at around 4 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time, no earlier than that. Already the first engagement in this round, number 22, has gone to Renegades. It's CSGO finding the opener with the AWP.
Good work, man advantage for the Renegades. Once again, they're feeling pretty comfortable moving forward. Great movement from Ricky to be able to dodge out that shot from CSGO. He posts on the line, but there is going to be no overcommitment, no reason to for Renegades. They've got the man advantage. Order have taken control of Banana. Are going to smoke off left side of jungle, but a smoke's exchanged. So again, this is where Order's really run into some problems here on the T side so far. We're getting into that sticky situation where it's getting to the mid to late round and they really haven't got anything to go off of. They definitely cannot afford to hesitate like we saw in the anti-eco in that second round of the half. They need to just commit to something.
Bats is still hanging on to a smoke and an incendiary as well here in pit, so that'll be problematic for Order, and exactly for that reason. They don't want to run through it. Now they're split. They're going to have to commit 25 seconds, but they've already lost so much HP. Dexter's there to help him out as well. Hatzel duck underneath the smoke. And they do allow Order into the site, but it's a rough position to be in for that T site. They don't feel like they can comfortably get the bomb down until they can get a couple of picks. And now finally, that is going to be put on the floor, but Dexter answers well. Hats gets one too. But I got to say, Order are actually doing a good job of trading these kills down effectively. And now in a 2-on-2, they might actually win the round. Ins falls. And CSGO was good on train, but a 1-on-2 here, retaking the A site with an AWP. I'm not sure he's too keen on that. Spots out Ricky, sees Gyra now as well. It's winnable. CSGO, he hasn't hit the shots, but the bomb is not planted too perfectly for Ricky. And CSGO could just hold this, sit behind the pillar. Ricky's baited it out long enough. CSGO's not going to win the round anymore.
Oh.
But I think if CSGO just sat on that, he might have actually won the round. Goodness me, what a crazy run that was.
How many shots did Ricky have there? Like, I think 3 or 4 shots. I mean, end of the day, he does, you know, the movement is enough to win the round, but yeah, he's really struggling to click on CSGO there.
But nonetheless, good news for Order. Breaks Renegade's economy again.
Yeah, really well done from them. I 100% agree with you. Those were great flashes over balcony. I think Yusilo was throwing those out. For the players in pit, they really couldn't peek out and get any kind of work done. There was that one player towards Moto. Order took control of the site, and despite that one-way smoke being up, they really kept their cool and just bided their time. They put that bomb plant down. They double mollied out of pit and cleaned out those 2 players for pit and traded down some material until they ended up in that 2-on-2.
Yep.
And in that 2-on-2, Ricky's able to just make the right moves, make the right plays to be able to close out that round. That was really impressive from Order. I would not have tipped them to be able to win that one with the pit control still in the favor of Renegades. There you go, CSGO. 3 from 3 in entry duels. He hasn't really been as explosive on Inferno here as we saw on Train. But that's the thing about CSGO. He's a pillar of consistency. He doesn't necessarily have to be dropping 30s to be just doing his job, holding angles, taking the high percentage.
Getting the feeling, though, that this is starting to slip away from Renegades a little bit. Assuming Order capitalize on this round, turn it to 13-10, that is a big mountain to climb for Renegades to come back into this map and win it.
There you go. You could be seeing the teams taking each other's map picks. I don't think we're at that situation just yet, though. Order now. Their money is not fantastic here, sitting at around 2 to 3k on most of their players, a little bit poorer for a few of them. They need a clean anti-eco here. They cannot afford to be dropping additional guns.
Spotted a little bit of info. He's got an inkling as to what's going on here. Big damage onto Valiance as he tries to slide around the corner into Banana. Ins takes the inside line and opens it up for Hats. It's 4-on-5. Pistols only for Renegades, though, so not too much to shout about at the moment here. Maybe a case of...
Oh, no.
CSGO, how has he even gotten there behind Ricky? He's got another kill with the AK. And there goes Ustilo as well. CSGO is putting on a masterclass. No peek from Malta. He's behind the smoke. Otherwise, that would have been the round over in the favor of Renegades. Alistair has too much work to do, though. That is 12-11, and that is the round that Order could not afford to lose.
How has that fallen apart? Sicko just threading the needle, finding himself in the perfect position, clicks on one of them with the pistol, picks up the AK, and just goes on a bit of a tear. I said he wasn't explosive on train, and he's proved me wrong in that round.
Wasn't as explosive here on Inferno as he was on train, yes. But
yeah.
That is a big difference. Looks like the Chiefs have picked up their victory over Ground Zero 2-0, despite the fact that they do go to overtime. So it must have been a pretty quick second map there. Good to see Chiefs off on the right foot here in Rio, and we're waiting to see whether or not that will be the same for Renegades, as Ins deals with Gyra comfortably, but not quite with Ricky. Malta not too eager to give him the opportunity to double down and open up the B bomb site. So we'll just chuck his incendiary in there and back away, giving up the AK.
Well, he's got the armor here, Ricky. He's going to have to be the man to make the play here for Order. Bomb retrieved by Ustillo as he moves his way up Banana. Valiant's on the other side of the map, working his way through carpets, but now chooses to opt back towards T-spawn to join up with the rest of the lads. Malta's still got a smoke to drop. Dexter's got a nade, counter flash. It's a good setup here on the B-bomb site to be able to clean up these last couple of players here for Order. But a couple quick shots here from the Deagles or from Ricky with the armor AK.
Yeah, I mean, it's just as possible for Order to do it as it was for Renegades in the last round. Nice setup, though, for Renegades on this site.
Dexter's just holding this nade. Could be a real difference maker if he drops it in the correct spot at the correct time.
There we go. Not bad. Valiant's new silo cop the full force of that. Malta deals with 1 and Dexter 2. And we're now equalized. 12 apiece. Renegades starting to mount their comeback.
Lovely stuff. I mean, that round from Sicko might have just been the turning point.
I think so.
I don't think Order could really afford to lose that. That's the second round that they really needed to close out. That first anti-force and then that anti-eco there. They could not afford to be losing that for their economy. They will take this save as a result of that, and that's given Renegades a position where not only have they evened up the round count, but previously they didn't really have a whole lot of money to be able to fall back on. Now they've got a ton of money in the bank, and the AWP on Sicko.
And Sicko's looking confident as well. Why wouldn't he be? Good tag onto Valiants. The HE nade to follow, try and finish off the kill.
That was, if that had just gone a little bit deeper, the line was great. Could have finished off Valiants, and I think there was another nade thrown out there as well. Couple more centimeters on that nade from Sicko, and that would have been the end of Valiants. That's great from Renegades. Great HE nade usage.
Another one. Valiants,
there you go.
just
He
can't
hasn't
touch
even
them
got
all.
to play the round yet.
Yeah.
See you, mate.
That is just bullying.
Okay, well, Renegades, they've got full banana control, and they've got a first pick without really seeing too many players. Sicko just creeping on the line as another freebie for him.
He's putting in so much work right now for Renegades. These last few rounds has just been Sicko taking the game away from Order.
You might say he's going Sicko mode, Jordan.
He is going psycho mode. Well, Ricky is going to try and find an entry on B. He does have Gyra at his back with the bomb in hand, and so if they can effectively make those entries happen on B, then a bomb plant is potentially there for Order. Malta doesn't really want to give that opportunity, though.
Yellow, he's crept his way through brackets all the way through jungle, and there's no players for Renegades on this A bomb site. You can see Gyra starting to trend back towards middle. Ricky looking for another pick. Yellow, that's a freebie onto Hats.
Yeah, that should give the game away, though, for Renegades. They actually do commit still into the B bomb site, but the inkling must be there that something's going on at B. Ricky does fall, though, and so even despite the fact that they're going to get the bomb down on A, Order are still in a numbers disadvantage, and Renegades, as you've mentioned previously, have been so good at confirming and converting rounds like this.
Yeah, they are coming up middle. Fair bit of time has ticked off the clock already. No players going to trend towards Carpet. Sicko, he does have a smoke and a flash to be able to use. It looks like a triple retake in through Diggity. Order with a double pit setup could definitely get this one done here, Jordan.
Well, Renegades is going to have to be quick. There goes the flash. Malta, the low HP player, beaks out, gets the info that Ustillo's in pit. Now Gyra there as well. Dexter's on the bomb. It's a long defuse, but he's going to get it. They don't spam him down. And Renegades, they lose all their players, but they win the round. Tell me where you'd rather be, Pilly.
It's another heartbreaker. Like, these are the kind of rounds that you always see in these games. We always say, Order, they have the potential to be able to lose these games, but it's the X factor for Renegades. They just seem to get away with so many of these rounds that they shouldn't be getting.
Yep.
Every time. They got the force in the second round. They got an eco win off the back of some heroics from Sicko, and now a smoke defuse.
Ballsy. But Renegades are afforded that advantage by having a reasonable grasp of their economy to that point. They should be able to get a decent buy through in this round. And the going gets tough now for Order. It's not like this game has been without its opportunities and chances, but they haven't been grasped fully by Order. 26 and 13 for Inns. The standout in this one, Ustillo's been putting in good work on the other side of things.
Ricky as well. Definitely been having some impact, the man. All right, Order, another buy. They definitely made that last round very expensive for Renegades, which has taken a massive toll on their economy, and they don't have a whole lot of loss bonus built up to be able to recover from that. So, if Order take a round here, they might put themselves in a great position here. Nice deep nade, should do a lot of damage to Ricky. And Inns even finishes him off there.
Inns has absolutely no fear. This is the second time we've seen him just running down Banana. Good flash onto Malta, though. That's courtesy of Alistair.
Yeah, great work from him, and now Order in a 4-on-3. Stillo is in towards Carpet, and Order, it feels like they're starting to pump the brakes a little bit. I don't know why they're out in the open towards the Banana here. How has Dexter got away with that?
That was just the easiest 2 kills of Dexter's life. It was like they didn't expect him there on B, and to be fair, they did kill 2 players in Banana, but even still, just walking up with grenades out is never going to work against a team like Renegades. Sicko, how's he missed that shot?
Stillo's just jumping out balcony by himself, well aware where Sicko is now, as Valiance is in towards Carpet this time around. Also jumps out of Carpet. He's going to put the bomb down in the back of the site. Ustillo in towards Graveyard. Sicko creeping up Dig. Dexter in towards Moto, who has been smoked off now.
Could have been a free round for Renegades if Sicko hits that first shot, but now looking a little more difficult for them as they'll have to execute a 2-on-2 retake. Dexter right into the side. He's been sharp on this half so far, but it's all onto Sicko now. But unfortunately for Valiance, he's only got 12 HP, and Sicko, he won't miss with the P250. 14 is up. It's a costly round for Renegades, but it is one that puts them one step closer to a victory over Order.
Another close round that Renegades just win in the clutch. And again, another massive round where Renegades, they've managed to come away with it, and now their economy is looking pretty lackluster. Order should be able to buy up again. It's a bomb plant. Got a lot of loss bonus built up. Renegades have got their 14th and got a 2-round gap. So should Order take this one away, they could definitely close this gap and force Renegades on a bit of a save. They need to actually win the round. None of them are going in their favour, these last couple.
Game's still not over yet. Order. You can see the road. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel. There, it is a small pinhole of light, but it's there.
They need to keep their mentality and their focus, because they should be well aware that Renegades is on the breaking point. It's going to be pretty tilting to be losing a couple of these last couple of rounds, but they know just how close they are. They need Tux to be in cheerleader mode right now. He needs to keep the morale of the boys nice and high. Flashes up bracket, smoke onto jungle side. Order's taking control over there. Ricky's worked some control of Banana, but what a shot from Sicko. Another man advantage here.
Powerful gamer on the side of Renegades. Dexter, another one of those. He's 11 and 18, but the frags that he's been getting in this map have been really, really impactful.
Now, Order, they're under a lot of pressure. Is the indecision starting to creep in once again? They're starting to make their way through jungle side. Hats is definitely ready for the wrap. Smoke onto Moto. And is that onto the side or pit? Looks like just a progression one up near the hay cart.
Renegades have gambled correctly, though, by sending that extra player over to B. Dexter has a few to deal with. At least he gets the information early there, and a few tags in as well. It was always going to be a tough aim duel for him. with a FAMAS is not the ideal weapon, but when they're fully flashed, it doesn't matter. The gun still shoots, and he gets 2. Malta's there as well, and Ricky's going to bang his head out. So it's a 2-on-2, but they didn't get the bomb down in
half
time.
a second. I thought they actually got it.
You can't believe it. You could not write a more ridiculous story.
This is a heartbreaker for Order. Unbelievable.
I can't believe that.
They're going to buy up again. They're going to try to just tap it into the goal. They just need one, Jordan.
What can you do?
Renegades is broke. What can you do? You can win a round. They need to win a round.
They have had that many close rounds that have gone the way of
They
Renegades.
could have already won this game, mate.
Yeah. If they won 1 or 2 of those, it's a broken CT economy and the game's over. But they've all gone the way of Renegades.
I mean, that's just the X factor of these Renegades players, man.
Yeah,
Even just Greyhound, going back to Greyhound. So many close rounds where these players are able to keep their cool, able to make the right moves at the right situation and close out some of these rounds. You really just can't count them out of any situation. So Order, let's see if they can keep their heads screwed on. They've got a handful of SMGs and a Tech 9, only 2 primary rifles with those AKs. Ricky under a lot of pressure in towards Banana due to the utilities, copped quite a bit of damage. In's continuing his death march in this part of the map, is going to be forcing his way down there, and Ricky's just going to give it up. That's a lot of control of the map loss early on here for Order. Sicko going to be sending in Dexter with a flash. Nicely timed, an easy first pick for Renegades once again.
Yeah, it really just seems like it's over at this point. He's given a second chance as well. Dexter doesn't put a foot wrong, and nor does Sicko. Both the flashes were good. Both the peaks were good. And we see 2 players dead for Order. Hats is walking around in second mid. And you just think, like, what's going on here? I mean, Order, the game's over, isn't it? They've just been routed at every single point. And there's not a whole lot to write home about here. Gyra at least does get the kill onto Sicko, but Renegades have put themselves in an almost unlosable position.
Looking like a 2-0 for them, and they have earned it. Sicko in particular, these last couple of rounds has been absolutely dominant. I think this is all she wrote for Order. They had a great crack at this. They had their chances on Train. They definitely had their chances here on Inferno. But just a couple of those classic rounds from Renegades.
Gyra will work his way toward the A-bomb site. Has been spotted now by Dexter, but has a molly to push him out of position. Still more players there, though, and that is going to mark the end of a chaotic second half on Inferno. Renegades 2-0.